this world was only a preparation for the next. That all we can ask is that we leave it having loved and being loved.
I will search for you through 1,000 worlds and 10,000 lifetimes until I find you.
I will wait for you and all of them.
This is Chris. Welcome to the GYATT Fortnite podcast, where I'm landing at Magic Mosses so I could get a complete loadout with shields before I take everybody on. Anybody want some Sprite? Not the soda. I mean the in-game creatures that heal you. Technically, someone else might already have a Fortnite podcast, but in the spirit of Fortnite, I'm landing with Hope and Jonesy in Hopeful Heights. It's good to see returning characters back. Shout out to Fortnite for dropping some of the hottest female skins in game. That's right, Godzilla. We are looking right at you. The Night Rose and Jade are amazing, yet wonderful additions as well. Jade is my favorite. What's up with these AI robots we are noticing holding up treasure chests around the map and even on billboards? There's a volcano in the upper right-hand part of the map, and there's a power plant. Is it using the volcano as a power source for this season? We are going to find out. Are Hope and Jonesy in love? And shout out to Fortnite for creating that beautiful music video for Juice. All the characters helped Juice, if you notice in the music video, they helped get him to heaven. And I want to say that was absolutely amazing. Now let's dive in. So, my early thoughts on Chapter 6. I undoubtedly think Fortnite has room for a Dark Souls, Elden Ring experience within the game after seeing what we've seen so far. The movement is phenomenal. I thought late games in Battle Royale were amazing in Chapter 5 with the addition of cars, but the locations and biomes within this new map make for great late game rotation strategies. Porter forts and bushes are still needed. Strategies have completely changed about what to have in your inventory. I love the bosses. I love the graphics. There's just so many hidden places to land and to get right back to the action. Hit scan makes me feel like I have aimbot on console. I feel more confident trying to win and hitting my targets from far away now. It's been a very long time since I've had this nostalgia feeling back, and the addition of the story with Hope trying to figure out who she is now and allowing Kendo her drawings, and it makes the story more dynamic. We do not know what to expect or what's around the corner anymore. We also have a laundry list of collabs Fortnite is bringing this week and in the weeks to come, including Spider-Punk, Peter B. Parker, Spider-Noir, and Black Adam. I hope he arrives tonight, as this is being recorded earlier on Tuesday than usual. All the DC characters are coming back, including the Joker. And shout out to Senor Mender, who is always playing with the Joker. Love all his clips on TikTok when I'm on there. On August 13th, 2020, the gaming world stood still. Epic Games, creators of Fortnite, filed a lawsuit against Apple, challenging the tech giant's grip on its App Store. Apple retaliated by removing Fortnite, igniting a legal war over antitrust and platform control. The real-world consequences of this battle were monumental, reshaping digital economies and app ecosystems. And still to this day, one of the most free-to-play games is unavailable still on Apple's App Store. But what if the timeline diverged? What if, in a wild reversal, Epic Games triumphed early in court, securing Fortnite's place on iPhones? This story imagines a world where Fortnite never left the Apple Store. A single ruling changed everything: gaming, society, and the future of social media. Strap in. We're diving into a speculative history that feels both impossible and alarmingly plausible. The courtroom was packed that day in San Francisco, California, on October 9th, 2020. Media cameras flashed incessantly as Tim Sweeney, CEO of Epic Games, sat stoic yet hopeful. Across the aisle, Apple's legal team exuded the calm confidence of a giant that had crushed countless challengers before. Yet, this time felt different. For millions of gamers around the world, this wasn't just another corporate legal battle. It was the battle. Every day since August 13th, 2020, when Apple removed Fortnite from the App Store, players had waited for this moment. Social media exploded with hashtags like Free Fortnite as players rallied for a chance to return to their favorite mobile battlegrounds. The judge leaned forward, the gavel in hand. After careful consideration of the arguments presented, this court finds that the Apple's App Store policies constitute anti-competitive behavior. The rest of the words blurred into a triumphant roar from Epic's legal team. Apple's dominance had finally been challenged, and in the process, the future of Fortnite had been secured. The news spread like wildfire. Within hours of the court's decision, Fortnite trended globally on Twitter before it was called X. The game was reinstated on the App Store by nightfall. Gamers flocked back in droves, crashing servers as they downloaded the app. On Twitch, streamers hosted live countdowns to celebrate the return of mobile Fortnite. On the streets of Tokyo, a 14-year-old boy named Riku stared at his phone in disbelief. His favorite game, which had been gone for months, was finally back. He immediately texted his squad, "Guys, it's live. Meet me at my creative map at Tilted in 5 minutes." In less than an hour, Riku's small gaming clan grew from 4 friends to 50 players, all reuniting in creative mode to celebrate. Around the globe, similar reunions played out, from high schoolers in California to office workers in Berlin sneaking matches during their lunch breaks. Epic Games seized the momentum. Within days, they released a monumental update. Optimized touch controls, building walls, and switching weapons on the touchscreen had never been this smooth. Performance boosts. Even older devices could run Fortnite at 60 frames per second. By the end of 2020, Fortnite's user base exploded to 450 million players. What had once just been a battle royale game was now transforming into something much bigger. It was January 2021 when Clara, a 16-year-old high school junior in New York City, decided to host her birthday party on Fortnite. Her parents didn't understand. Why not have a real party? What's wrong with pizza and your friends in the living room? Her dad asked. It's boring, Clara replied, her voice trailing off. Besides, more people can join me online. I already invited my whole class. Clara's party took place on a custom-built island in creative mode. Her friends arrived as virtual avatars, some in galaxy-themed skins, others as superheroes. They danced to emotes under shimmering virtual fireworks, while Clara's favorite artist, Ariana Grande, performed live in the Rift Tour. By the next day, the entire school was talking about her party. Kids who hadn't been invited begged Clara for the Creative Coast just so they could see the map. The party even trended on TikTok, where attendees posted clips of their Fortnite avatars dancing. Events like Clara's weren't so isolated. By February 2021, Fortnite was hosting virtual weddings. Couples exchanged vows in themed creative maps. Couples said it was just cheaper. They could invite everyone they wanted to, and it was cost effective. As a result, most people getting married within Fortnite bought a house instead of paying for an elaborate wedding. And the extra bedroom they would have was the Fortnite room. Corporate meetings. Tech companies began holding virtual brainstorming sessions on Fortnite islands. They cited that playing Fortnite during meetings helped with problem solving and strategies to target consumers better. Team meetings brought unity within the company and also outside of the company, where representing your community's company's skin avatar meant that you thought differently and played strategically well. Epic announced a partnership for live concerts with global artists, promising monthly virtual concerts. These events will be created with the help of artificial intelligence to give the attendees an experience like no other. In 2025, Kendrick Lamar hosts his very own virtual concert where it starts off with his latest release, GNX, and goes through his discography up until Good Kid, Mad City. And we even see Jonesy, Peely, and Hope dancing to one of Kendrick's earliest songs, Bitch, I'm in the Club. Live Nation and Ticketmaster go out of business as they blame it on the metaverse taking over. And in 2 years, most concert venues are completely closed, with only sports stadiums standing. As you can tell already, the world was beginning to realize that Fortnite wasn't just a game anymore. It was the blueprint for a metaverse. But not everything is as it seems. By summer 2021, concerns about Fortnite's impact on mental health began to emerge. Take Alex, a 12-year-old in Sydney, Australia. Before Fortnite returned to his iPhone, he spent his evenings alternating between homework and playing soccer with his little brother. Now, he barely left his room. His parents tried to intervene, but Alex's arguments always came back to the same point. Everyone else is online, Mom. If I don't play, I get left out. Alex wasn't alone. Studies revealed that players were spending on average of 9 hours per day on their iPhones in Fortnite. Schools saw a rise in absenteeism as students faked illness to stay home and play. Employers noticed a drop in productivity as workers snuck in matches during office hours. Psychologists identified a new condition dubbed Fortnite dependency syndrome, characterized by increased anxiety when away from the game, difficulty sleeping due to late night matches, and a decline in real-world social interactions. While Fortnite brought people together in a virtual sense, it was also creating a generation increasingly disconnected from the physical world. By 2022, Fortnite was no longer just a game. It was a cornerstone of the digital economy. What began with selling skins and emotes had grown into a multi-billion-dollar virtual ecosystem, rivaling traditional industries and reshaping global commerce. It started with whispers in gaming forums and Discord servers. Rare skins like Renegade Raider and the Galaxy skin were becoming digital status symbols, with players willing to pay thousands of dollars to stand out in a virtual crowd. Entire underground marketplaces emerged, where accounts loaded with exclusive skins were bought and sold. Zara, a college student in Mumbai, stumbled upon this economy while searching for a side hustle. She joined a Discord server where skins were traded like high-stakes commodities. Within a month, Zara flipped 2 accounts, earning over $3,000. But she also learned of the darker side. Scammers preyed on inexperienced buyers, offering fake accounts in exchange for cryptocurrency. A 15-year-old in Chicago spent his entire college savings on a fraudulent deal, losing $12,000 in Bitcoin. By 2022, governments began to take notice. Several countries proposed laws to regulate virtual asset trading, but enforcement proved difficult. The digital black market thrived, fueled by Fortnite's insatiable demand for exclusivity. The corporate world saw Fortnite's potential early on and scrambled to carve out their space in its booming economy. By mid-22, nearly every major brand had entered the game. Nike launched a line of virtual sneakers, including the Air Rift Royale, which sold out in less than 10 minutes. Players flaunted their purchases in-game, and soon owning exclusive digital sneakers became as desirable as physical ones. Marvel and Disney expanded their collaborations with Fortnite, using the game to debut new trailers and exclusive content. Fans logged in not just to play, but to experience the premieres firsthand. Cultural analysts called it the next evolution of advertising. Instead of passive consumption, players engaged directly with brands, making purchases that blended entertainment and identity. But the success came with complications. Traditional retail sectors faced declining sales as younger generations prioritized virtual goods. Physical sneakers and luxury items took a backseat to their digital counterparts, forcing companies to rethink their strategies. Creative mode, once a playground for players to build custom maps, evolved into a bustling commercial hub. Entrepreneurs capitalized on the platform, designing elaborate worlds and experiences for paying clients. Take Caleb, a 24-year-old designer from London. In 2022, he launched Virtual Venues, a service that created Fortnite maps for events like birthdays, weddings, and even corporate retreats. His biggest break came when a tech startup hired him to design a sprawling digital office in creative mode, complete with meeting rooms, brainstorming spaces, and a virtual rooftop garden. Caleb charged $50,000 for the project. It was surreal, he admitted, but also felt inevitable. Why rent a physical space when you could host your team in Fortnite? The rise of in-game commerce also led to unexpected developments. At the top of what was arguably Fortnite's biggest year in 2023, they launched the Fortnite credit card, where interest rates were more cheaper than any other credit card at the time. Fortnite had quests where you could keep your interest charges much cheaper, but only if you played certain creative maps, where if you spent at least 10 minutes within the map, not only would your XP go up, but so would your credit score. Players were barely hovering below a credit score of 600 spoke of receiving up to 30 extra points on their credit report in just 2 weeks of playing in creative. There was even maps that were created for people to understand what a credit score is and how to improve it. The birth of virtual real estate happened afterwards. Players began buying and selling plots of land in creative mode. Owning a prime location near a popular map spawn point became as valuable as owning a storefront in a busy mall. By the end of 2022, a new kind of economy had emerged. Fortnite's virtual GDP was estimated to exceed $18 billion, rivaling the economies of small nations. Perhaps the most profound shift was the creation of entirely new job markets. Skin designers. Independent artists sold custom skins on third-party platforms, earning substantial incomes. Streamers and influencers, players with large audiences, negotiated sponsorship deals, with some earning six figures annually by promoting in-game items. And then we had virtual event planners. Creative entrepreneurs like Caleb became digital architects, crafting experiences for clients who wanted to stand out in the Fortnite universe. But for many, Fortnite offered a path out of traditional employment and into a world of limitless potential. But for others, it highlighted growing inequalities. Those who lacked the resources to participate in Fortnite's economy were left behind, unable to access its opportunities. By the end of 2022, Fortnite was more than a cultural phenomenon. It was a financial juggernaut that disrupted industries, created new markets, and left an indelible mark on the global economy. And while it empowered millions to profit from their creativity, it also raised new questions about regulation, equity, and the future of work. By 2023, Fortnite had evolved beyond its origins as a battle royale game. It was no longer just a digital playground. It was becoming the foundation of a fully realized metaverse. Players weren't just logging in to play. They were living, working, and learning within Fortnite's ever-expanding universe. Schools around the world adopted Fortnite as a teaching platform. In Toronto, a history teacher named Mrs. Patel recreated World War II battles in creative mode. Her students, armed with virtual pickaxes, explored digital trenches while learning about historical strategies. It started with small experiments. In 2022, a middle school in California partnered with Epic Games to pilot virtual classrooms in Fortnite. Teachers used creative mode to design immersive lessons, like students walking through a virtual solar system or navigating historical landmarks during geography class. By 2023, such experiments became widespread. In a rural village in Brazil, 14-year-old Camilla attended her first Fortnite history class. Her school, strapped for resources, had adopted creative mode as a cost-effective alternative to traditional classrooms. Camilla's teacher had recreated Machu Picchu in stunning detail, complete with interactive quests where students could collect artifacts and solve puzzles. Epic launched Fortnite Academy, a creative mode template allowing educators to design courses with customizable tools. Schools in low-income areas embraced it as a way to provide quality education without needing expensive materials or physical infrastructure. Yet, concerns emerged. Students without access to high-speed internet or compatible devices, they were left out. Critics argued that virtual lessons couldn't replace hands-on, real-world learning. And despite these challenges, Fortnite as an educational platform became a symbol of the metaverse's potential to democratize knowledge. Activists organized virtual protests in tilted towers. Meanwhile, the United Nations held its first virtual climate summit on Fortnite Island. In 2023, the United Nations held its first ever virtual climate summit in Fortnite. Delegates from around the world attended as avatars, gathering on a custom-built creative island that featured melting glaciers, deforested jungles, and flooded cities to illustrate the impact of climate change. The event garnered over 50 million live viewers for surpassing traditional summits in engagement. Players participated in real time by completing in-game challenges tied to climate awareness, like planting trees and restoring habitats. More people learned about carbon footprints today than in any of our previous campaigns, remarked a UN spokesperson. But Fortnite's role in politics wasn't limited to large-scale events. Activists organized virtual protests in iconic game locations like Tilted Towers. One notable demonstration, Pickaxes for Peace, brought together people to protest real-world armed conflicts by building peace symbols across the map. Politicians began hosting town halls in Fortnite to connect with younger voters. Some criticized the move as pandering, but others saw it as a bold step toward engaging digital narratives. While these initiatives showcase the metaverse's ability to drive global conversations, they also raise concerns about the gamification of serious issues. And by the end of 2023, Fortnite had become a microcosm of society. Players could attend school, protest for social causes, work full-time jobs, and even build thriving businesses, all without ever logging off. But this level of immersion came at a cost. Sociologists began warning of identity fusion. where players struggled to separate their real selves from their in game avatars. The metaverse was no longer just a reflection of reality, it was becoming reality itself. Conversations would include terms like, you're just better off cranking 90s, and other Fortnite lingo dominated 2023 moving forward. By 2025, the cracks in Fortnite's utopia were undeniable. Fortnite's meteoric rise had transformed life in ways no one had anticipated. What began as a virtual playground became a pervasive, inescapable ecosystem. But as it dominated more aspects of daily life, society began to show signs of strain. Nobody wanted to be a Jonesy, but everyone was suddenly becoming one. Dinner's ready. No one came to the table. This scene played out in millions of homes around the world already. Parents like Sarah, a working mother of two in Atlanta, found themselves competing with Fortnite for their children's attention. Family therapists reported record-breaking requests for counseling as parents struggled to reconnect with children who now lived half their lives in digital spaces. In Tokyo, Riku, now 18, sat in a small cafe, his phone propped up against his coffee cup. He was meeting his best friend, Kay, who he hadn't seen in 2 years. The irony, they talked daily on Fortnite. When Kay arrived, there was an awkward silence. Their conversations flowed easily in game, punctuated by shared victories and emotes, but face to face, they found themselves grasping for words. Riku realized he didn't know how to hold eye contact anymore. Kay fiddled with his phone, asking, should we just log on? This story became emblematic of a broader societal issue. People were losing the ability to interact in the physical world. Psychologists coined the term virtual social dependency, describing a generation that thrived in digital environments but struggled with real-world interactions. Friends stopped meeting in person, opting instead to hang out on Fortnite's virtual islands. Romantic relationships suffered as couples prioritized gaming marathons over dates. Offices, from logistics to marketing, call centers, and in a very bold move, even Morgan Stanley, who's a leader in financial service, shifted to virtual headquarters in Fortnite, eliminating casual water cooler chats and replacing them with awkward avatar meetings. Mental health professionals around the world were raising alarms. In London, Dr. Elaine Carter, a clinical psychologist, opened a specialized clinic for what she called Fortnite syndrome, a combination of addiction, social withdrawal, and identity confusion. Her youngest patient, a 9-year-old named Liam, was brought in after his parents discovered he had spent nearly $5,000 on V-Bucks, the game's virtual currency. Liam's father admitted, we didn't even notice. We just thought he was quiet because he focused on his homework. Dr. Carter explained that cases like Liam's were increasingly common. The game's constant dopamine hits, from unlocking new skins to celebrating victory royales, created dependency loops similar to gambling addictions. The convenience of virtual gatherings came at a cost: the erosion of real-world traditions. In order to build up a new society, another one has to be teared down, and millions of people were suddenly realizing this. Yet, for every step forward, the pull of the digital world proved difficult to resist. Now, could this still happen? This timeline might be fictional, but it's not far from reality. As gaming platforms, social media, and technology converge, the possibility of a Fortnite-like metaverse reshaping society grows more likely. In my honest opinion, this could have happened, and perhaps it still might. Fortnite was more than a game from the moment it arrived. It was a digital universe waiting to expand. The events described here, addictive gameplay, economical upheavals, virtual education, and even a metaverse driven society, they are not far fetched when viewed through the lens of technological evolution and human behavior. We're not too far from it at all. We've already seen glimpses of this world. Platforms like Fortnite, Roblox, and even Minecraft have created spaces where work, learning, and socialization emerge. The question isn't whether this level of immersion is possible. It's whether society is prepared to handle the consequences of such a shift. This story serves as a reminder that innovation often comes with trade-offs. While the metaverse offers boundless opportunities, it also challenges our definitions of reality, connection, and identity. How much of our humanity are we willing to surrender to the digital? The beauty and danger of this alternate timeline lies in its plausibility. With every technological leap, we edge closer to a world like the one described here. The choice is not whether this future arrives, but how we navigate its arrival. The question isn't whether this could happen, it's whether we're ready when it does. And this is Chris. Thanks for tuning in to the world's first GYATT Fortnite podcast. Until next time, keep your shields up, your emotes ready, and remember, it's all about how you see the game. Really had fun with this episode today. I want to tell you guys too, thank you for all the new followers on TikTok. Remember, that is GYATT Fortnite Podcast on TikTok. On X and Twitter, it is GYATTFortCast. I appreciate all the comments and the messaging. We're winding down 2024. Chapter 6 seems absolutely amazing. There's a lot to discover. Make sure you get some sleep, eat some good food, and stay warm. And I will see everybody real soon.